This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Richard, appreciate you waking up early with us as always. When official visits are made, how far out are they when they set these dates?
Yeah, they can vary, but I was thinking about that. I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I would tend to think that on average you're looking at 2 to 3 months. When kids are able to figure things out, as far as their schedule, their parents' schedule, guardian schedule, and it's usually 2 or 3 months, and it could be as little as a week or two. It just depends. Sometimes a kid will, at the last second, will think that he wants to visit at a later date, then changes it and says, "Coach, can I come? In a couple of weeks?" Or this schedule kind of works out better for me. So it just kind of varies, but for the most part, most of them I would say 2 or 3 months out.
Richard, do you have anyone big time or any players notable coming in on Saturday?
Yeah, Walker White from Little Rock Christian, the quarterback, 2024 quarterback, will be there. You also got T.J. Lindsey from Benton. He'll also be there. Defensive tackle from Bryant. I got a list of probably, about 20, 25 guys, and I know there'll be some more, but it's a pretty good list. But the big visit weekend, as always, will always be the Alabama game. Kids are already deciding to come for that. So, but this weekend is going to be a good one because a lot of committed kids are coming. Malachi Singleton is coming this weekend, so it'd be a good day for those guys to continue to bond.
You mentioned, was it Walker White? You said from Little Rock Christian.
Correct.
Little Rock Christian plays at Shiloh Christian Friday night. Barry Odom's son plays at Shiloh, is my understanding. I don't know if Coach will be able to be at the game or not, but he'll be perhaps watching his son. So they'll already be in the Northwest Arkansas area. I was just thinking about some of the games that are going to be in Northwest Arkansas on Friday night. So that particular visit will work out well. Who is someone that, and I know it's early in the process, but you think about these 11 a.m. games, you think about 2:30, how that makes it easier. Who's someone maybe in our state, maybe another player out of our state that's yet to dedicate one of his official visits that you think would be really important, or a big signal, a big get of Arkansas could get this particular player on campus?
Well, with them having 23 commitments, I would say they're for the most part, they're pretty much done. So I'm not expecting, I guess there could always be a guy that in the last second could be added to the official visit list, but to be honest with you, there's nobody that jumps out right now that I would say could be a potential official visitor that is a highly recruited kid, just because they're pretty much done. They may add one more guy, maybe two, but they're pretty much done.
Anyone from the 24s then?
The 24. Well, the 24s, they can't take the football players. They can't. Football prospects can't take official visits till the spring.
Okay, so we'll take a look at that later. So that'd be interesting to just kind of keep up with that. With week 2 being an 11 a.m. game, that certainly might change some people's schedules. All right, week 1 or week 0, I guess technically, of high school football in the books. I know you were at the Salt Bowl between Benton and Bryant. What stood out to you? I know there's there was some good Division I talent on the field that night.
Yeah, I like the Bryant quarterback. I saw him when I went to practice the few days before the game. He's a promising prospect, I think. And then talking to Coach Buck James, he really likes him. He's probably about 6 foot, 6'1", about 215 pounds. Very thick kid for a sophomore. Kind of reminds me a little bit from a physical standpoint of Malachi Singleton, who's currently obviously committed to Arkansas as far as his built. But he had a really good game. I think it's Jordan Walker. Yeah, Jordan Walker is his name. He's one to keep an eye on, and obviously a lot of people were there to see Braylon Russell. Braylon, and as you could tell, obviously, it'd be a no-brainer. Bryant was all over him. He didn't have much running room, but you could still see flashes when he did have a little bit of running room, that he's a very physical young man. And T.J. Lindsey obviously is a very promising defensive end / possibly a defensive tackle if he continues to grow.
Richard, who are some players that you're intrigued to watch here in Northwest Arkansas that at some point this season you're going to make your way out to a game?
Fayetteville's got a promising ninth grader that I want to keep an eye on. He's the son of Jamil Walker, the strength and conditioning coach at Arkansas. And his name kind of escapes me, but I'm going to keep an eye on him just because, from what I understand, he's a physical specimen. And if you've seen his dad, a lot of people have seen his dad, that you can kind of understand. But he's one kid that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. And Joey Sua, obviously, who already committed to Arkansas, the offensive lineman from Bentonville. I'm probably maybe going to go see him pretty soon. But really, Jamel's son is one that I'm pretty excited about because I'm hearing good things. But obviously, he's still very young, may not play a whole lot, but from a physical standpoint, he already stands out.
And Bentonville's at Conway this week, so for those kind of in your neck of the woods, that'd be an interesting game. You mentioned Fayetteville. Fayetteville lost their opening game to a good Cabot program and a good team there. You got North Little Rock, who was upset by Little Rock Catholic. To me, that's a very interesting game with two 0-1 teams, Fayetteville and North Little Rock meeting in Fayetteville this Friday. Richard, I think that's a game a lot of people will have their eyes on the outcome of that game, and probably not a lot of people thought both would be looking for their first win of the year when they played this Friday night.
Losing to Cabot's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
The Catholic win against North Little Rock, that was surprising, but at the same time, year to year, you just never know how teams are. But just North Little Rock to struggle like they did, and that was kind of a surprise. So I think that they're really going to be looking to prove that was a fluke. And obviously, they got Quincy Rhodes, the defensive end that's committed to Arkansas, 6'6", 6'7", about 260 pounds. So people going to that game will be able to see a future Razorback.
And just looking at some of the 7A West games this week, because there's only one home game for 7 Central teams, but I want to bring up the West schedule because there's going to be people traveling in to the Northwest corner because of the Razorback game the next day. If you're thinking about a game to go see, you mentioned Cabot. They're playing at Bentonville West. We just mentioned Fayetteville and North Little Rock. They may get a little bit larger crowd because it's right there, right near campus. Southside and Van Buren play in the River Valley. Springdale Harbor takes on Bixby, Oklahoma. You may know a little bit about them.
Exactly. You got two future Razorbacks for Bixby.
Yeah. Rogers Heritage against Lewisburg, Kansas. Those will be the 7A West games. And then Springdale goes over to Farmington to play. So if you want to go watch another game that would be in Northwest Arkansas, you could go to Farmington. So kind of a good selection of some high school games. And I think Fayetteville, North Little Rock would be a fun one to take in Friday night if you're already in Northwest Arkansas for the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right there. I mean, next to campus, so why not? But definitely be able to see a guy that will be playing on Saturdays for Arkansas in Quincy.
And the other one there at Springdale, Harbor playing Bixby. So there's another good one, like you said, for some future Razorbacks.
No doubt. And you see quite a few Razorback fans at games on Friday night in Northwest Arkansas before a Razorback game, and it just gives them another opportunity, especially to see guys that are potential Razorbacks or who have already committed. So it's always kind of fun to see some familiar faces sometimes when I see some Razorback fans.
Last thing to get to, Richard, it is Burnt Ends Day. So when you do barbecue, ribs, burnt ends, pork, whatever, are you a fan of just the dry rub, or do you go barbecue sauce?
I'm sauce. I'm a sauce guy. I love a little spicy sauce, and it's almost like some people like to try different wines and things. I like trying different sauces. I'm not a big rub guy.
So you don't like a good merlot with your with your burnt ends?
No, maybe something else along those lines, but not a wine.
So I'll have one of this year's finest Michelob Ultras to go with my burnt ends. So burnt ends day, I think we all should partake today. Richard, enjoy your Thursday, and I know you're looking forward to Saturday. We'll catch up with you on the hill here real soon.
All right, buddy. We'll see you guys.
All right, Richard Davenport. Got to see him down at the Salt Bowl last week.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BELIEVE, BLEAV 50. That's BELIEVE, BLEAV 50. BetOnline, where the game starts.